Welcome to Beacon of Books, where we turn the world's best books once into concise and powerful insights you can learn in just minutes.
Summary of Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert T. Kiyosaki. Rich Dad, Poor Dad is one of the most influential books on financial literacy and personal finance. In this book, Robert Kiyosaki shares lessons from his childhood, growing up with two father figures who had completely different perspectives on money. His biological father, whom he calls the poor dad, and his best friend's father, whom he calls the rich dad. The difference between them was not intelligence or work ethic, but mindset, especially how they thought about money, work, and investing. The central message of the book is that schools teach us how to work for money, but they do not teach us how to make money work for us. This difference in thinking is what separates the wealthy from the middle and lower classes. The difference in mindset: the poor dad believed that the path to financial security was through formal education, a stable job, and lifelong hard work. He encouraged academic excellence in order to secure a well-paying and stable career. The rich dad, however, believed that a job provides temporary security, but rarely leads to financial freedom. He taught that the wealthy do not work for money. Instead, they make money work for them through investments and ownership of assets. The poor dad would often say, "I can't afford it." The rich dad would ask, "How can I afford it?" Although the difference in wording seems small, the mindset behind it is powerful. The first statement shuts down thinking, while the second stimulates creativity and problem-solving. The rich don't work for money. One of the most important lessons in the book is that most people are driven by fear and desire. Fear of not having enough money pushes people to seek job security. Desire for more money motivates them to work harder and longer hours. As a result, they become trapped in a cycle of earning, spending, and paying debts. According to Kiyosaki, the wealthy understand that relying solely on a salary will not create lasting wealth. As income increases, expenses and taxes usually increase as well. True wealth comes from building assets that generate income even when you are not actively working. Assets and liabilities. A key concept in the book is the difference between assets and liabilities. An asset is something that puts money into your pocket. A liability is something that takes money out of your pocket. Many people believe that their home is an asset. However, if it consistently costs money in mortgage payments, taxes, and maintenance without generating income, it functions as a liability. The wealthy focus on acquiring income-generating assets, such as rental properties, stocks, businesses, and intellectual property. The middle class often spends its income on consumer goods, believing them to be investments, when in reality they reduce long-term wealth. The golden rule emphasized in the book is, build assets first and let them pay for your lifestyle. The importance of financial education. Kiyosaki argues that the main reason many people struggle financially is the lack of financial education. Schools teach academic and professional skills, but rarely teach how money works, how to read financial statements, or how to manage investments and taxes. Financial intelligence involves understanding cash flow, managing risk, recognizing opportunities, and continuously learning about money. A person can be highly educated and professionally successful, yet still face financial difficulties due to poor financial knowledge. Work to learn, not just to earn. Another important lesson is to work for learning rather than only for money. Jobs provide opportunities to develop valuable skills such as sales, communication, management, and leadership. These skills can open doors to business and investment opportunities later in life. Instead of choosing a job solely for a high salary, Kiyosaki suggests choosing roles that build diverse skills and long-term competence.
Overcoming obstacles. The journey toward financial freedom includes several common obstacles. Fear. Fear of losing money prevents people from investing. Cynicism. Focusing on risks instead of opportunities. Laziness. Staying busy with unimportant tasks to avoid real progress. Bad habits: spending before saving or investing. Arrogance: pretending to know everything and refusing to learn. Kiyosaki emphasizes that mistakes are part of the learning process. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is often a step toward it. From employment to investment. The book also explains different ways people earn income: as employees, self-employed individuals, business owners, or investors. Employees work for others. The self-employed work for themselves. Business owners build systems that operate independently of their constant presence. Investors use money to generate more money. The ultimate goal is to gradually shift from depending solely on earned income to building passive income streams that cover living expenses and create financial independence. Final message. The core message of Rich Dad, Poor Dad is that financial freedom begins with a change in mindset. It requires financial education, disciplined investing, continuous learning, and the courage to think differently. Instead of spending life working for money, the book encourages readers to build assets, develop financial intelligence, and take control of their financial future. In essence, wealth begins in the mind. When you change the way you think about money, you change your financial destiny.
This was a summary of today's book from the Beacon of Books channel. If you liked the video, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel to receive all the new content.